Hi everybody, this is Diane, and I'm here to show you what I brought home from the flea market that I didn't purchase. I'm going to call this a happy trunk because it's not a happy mail, but it's like a happy mail. My friends Becky and Heidi, I remembered your name, Becky. I'm so sorry I couldn't remember it when I did the first video. Becky and Heidi, mother and daughter, who watch my videos, and I run into them at the flea market quite often. They told me they had some things for me, and when I saw them today, they said they had their stuff in the trunk, and so we went over to look it over, and their trunk was full. And I didn't take all of it, but we have a bunch of stuff to look at. I have this pile, and I have two bags over here, and next to me I have a large box, which I don't even know everything that's in the box. I thought, well, I'll just take that whole thing home and have fun going through it. So I promised to share it with you, so let's start having fun. See what's here. Some of the things I hand selected. There was a pretty big box of old magazines, and there were a lot of, I think it was Life or Look magazine, and I didn't take those, but I did find some special ones that I took. And I just want to say thank you, Becky and Heidi, so much. They thought that maybe things that I didn't take, they might donate to one of the vendors that's there every week at the flea market. So anyway, Becky talked me into this one, Shabby Chic, The Gift of Giving. It's the Rachel Ashwell Shabby Chic. She's the one that started the Shabby Chic trend. I'm not even sure when it started. And she said, you like her? And I said, yes, I do, but I don't need that book. But she showed me this and some other pictures inside, and I said, oh, okay. So I am going to spend some time looking at this and enjoying the pictures, and then I do love this. I will select some pages that I can use. Let's see when this is, when it was published. – 2001. And this is just going to go on my bookshelf. I have some books of art and artists on my bookshelves. And this one is Andrew Wyeth, and I do love Andrew Wyeth's work. The Helga pictures. Oh, I didn't even pay attention. This is all Helga pictures. So Helga was not his wife, but she was his mistress, and pictures of her were found. Oh, I don't remember if it was after he died. I think it was, yeah, there's some nude pictures in there too. But yeah, he kept them hidden in his studio. This is a very, very old and fragile image, and it's quite dark. I don't think I would scan this because I don't think it would print very well. It's very dark and it's full of cracks. But I could Mod Podge that to something. It's just a lovely picture of a young girl wearing a pretty shawl, and it just keeps on cracking when I touch it. So I'm going to set it aside very carefully. These are the magazines I selected from that big box they had. Better Homes and Gardens, April of '34. So I think they said they were cleaning out their shed and picking things, setting things aside for me, which is so sweet of them. Who's afraid of the big bad breath? I like this. Like I said in the previous video, I had a chance to get more 1930s magazines, but the 1930s didn't use a lot of color in their magazines, just some of the advertisements. So, but I love the cover on this. Woman's Day. This looks like it's from the 60s. Oh, 58. I remember these measuring cups. My mother had some, and those spoons. They didn't hang. She didn't hang hers like that, but they look like that. I can't take too long because I don't even know how long it's going to take me to go through that box. I was excited to see this. I've never seen, oh, I didn't even know that was one. This is the one I saw. I've never seen a Vogue, a vintage Vogue, and this is 1940, and I didn't know this one was here. This is December 1940. This says Christmas 1940. This is a travel issue, I guess, a special. It's not the typical magazine. It's not as big, thick. And this one is Christmas gifts, so this might not be the typical Vogue fashion book either. I will have fun with that. And then this is Ladies' Home Journal, 1959. Winter coats, decorating. Love the blue in that kitchen. And sorry, this is October 59. This one is September 59. Both issues have an article about Queen Mary, Cinderella princess who became England's Queen Mary. And then this one is The King Who Fell in Love with His Bride, the story of Queen Mary and George V. And The American Home. It's December. Haven't seen a year. 58. Those are the magazines. There were some handkerchiefs. This one's beautiful. I love this with the, oh, it's a whole set. Oh, how cute. Oh, let's look at these. There's an umbrella, and they're pastel colors. Another umbrella, and a fan, and another fan. Aren't they pretty? How cool. And it's pretty one embroidered with blue flowers, little dainty blue flowers. I can't remember. I think this was in the stuff that you gave me, Becky. I don't think I picked this up. I remember picking it up and looking at it and contemplating, and decided to take it, and I don't remember if I paid for it. I think it was in the stuff you gave me. So it's just Christmas coasters and napkins. That with my Christmas stuff. And a box here. These are all envelopes. Very vintage envelopes and some cards that aren't terrifically old, but oh, they're cute. Cats. I'll give these to my daughter-in-law. She loves cats and she likes to make things with people's Christmas cards that they don't want. So I'll give these to her. I'll keep the vintage envelopes though. I'm allergic to cats. My son and my daughter-in-law have 3 cats. And some more greeting cards. I got that scrapbook full of greeting cards, and then they gave me these old ones. '10th anniversary. They look pretty old too. There's no date on them. And they were taped into something. Tape is stuck on there pretty good. These are some unused ones. Some Christmas. Ooh, I like the envelope with the stamps. There's no address, isn't that odd? I guess it was never sent, it wasn't postmarked. That looks like a reproduction postcard. Nice. I love these vintage greeting cards. Now, let's look in this bag. I put it in my Hobby Lobby bag. That I always carry a shopping bag, a couple of shopping bags at the flea market. So I put this bag in there so it would be easier to carry, and so it wouldn't break. And they even helped me carry this stuff to my car. Bless their hearts. The Gypsy Queen's Vow. It's pretty faded, but it is quite pretty. Like 1875. Wow, no wonder the pages are... It's pretty warped, though. The back cover is very warped, more than the front. I'll have to see if I can flatten it. I like that cover. Justin Oates. I always like finding these. Daisies and wildflowers. Very pretty. I would have picked those up. More greeting cards. I won't look at them all. Christmas ones. Maybe they're all Christmas. Yeah, great. I'll put these with my Christmas stuff. And some of these will show up in Christmas bundles. Won't be long before I'm starting to put together Christmas bundles. Postcards. Somebody went to Memphis. Probably to Graceland. Somebody liked Elvis. I'm not an Elvis fan. Does anybody want those postcards? First come, first serve. Message me on my Etsy, not here, because it's much easier for me to respond and get answers from you if it's through Etsy. Some envelopes, some balloon envelopes. I'll put those in the Salvation Army. I like that envelope. Oh, it goes with this. Hotel Metropole, Nice. Somebody just cut some images out of an old magazine, which is what I'm going to do. This is some kind of an index for something. Oh, look at the puppy. More things cut out of magazines. Oh my goodness. Oh, this came in this box. It was mailed to Miss Catherine Morgan. And it is her first Christmas. Oh, the first Christmas. A picture story for you to build and arrange. Oh my gosh. It's from Daddy. It's a little flannel graph. That's precious. So these should stick to this backing. It's not exactly flannel, but it's the same idea as the flannel graph stories we used to have in Sunday school. That's nice. I've never seen anything like that. 100 Animal Stories. And, oops, lost some pieces. 365 bedtime stories. Oh, a book of Hummel. This is 1972, English edition. German edition was first printed in 1939. So I guess it's the story of Hummel. This is the nun, the artist. Oh, what's going on here? And now there are some little rhymes to go with the stories. How cute. Or to go with the pictures, I mean. So she did art, and then they were turned into figurines. That's a fun book. Oh, I remember this old cartoon. Hazel. She used to be a cartoon in magazines and stuff. She was a maid. Cute. And then this bag, I have no idea what's in here. Oh, we've got some old photos of a man hunting with his dog. He's got pheasant or something. Fishing. Some old sportsman's photos all rolled up. Percentage conversion tables. That could be handy. Fertilizer situation. Farmer's News. Corn. So this is the secret of Creole cooking. This is some farmer stuff there. Echoes from the Canyon Country, growing dwarf conifers. Oh, this is a drama given by senior sages at Hughes High School, 1929, the 2000th anniversary of Virgil's birth. It's just a play. Pet Beagle, how to take care of and train your dog. Some crochet. This is from your Ford tractor dealer. Oh, I love his stories. James Herriot, veterinarian stories in Yorkshire, I think it was. And this is just an excerpt from the book, The Lord God Made Them All. His books are fantastic. If you ever have a chance to read them. All Things Bright and Beautiful. All Things, oh, I forgot, something. It's a poem, but he took all the lines from the poem and made them titles of his book, and Lord God Made Them All. This is a Raleigh catalog. First time I saw a Raleigh catalog, it was a pretty old one, and I wasn't familiar with it, but I've seen lots of catalogs since then. This one isn't as old, but it is still old. I think it's 87. We've got some old photos here. School photos, they're fun. Aw. I love old photos. And there's some more in there. Just somebody's little diagram. Amounts required to be raised by taxes for the year 1938. Personal taxes, 1938 final bill. A little calendar page from 1948. It's got a note on the back. This is some kind of a diagram of a map of a block. Murray Street, Jefferson Avenue, block 621. Dear Fred, Ed and his family and Jean and I were up to Rath Haven a week ago. This is written in 1949. Some newspapers. This is just falling apart. Okay, those are the pile that I had along with the 2 bags. So let's set them aside and I can go through the box. Sorry. Okay, let's look in this box. There's some little strips of leather. It's quite stiff. This isn't. I might be able to find something to do with them. And I think there's a whole bunch of these little bracelets. So you would do some leather burning on there and make bracelets. So I don't know, what can I do with them? It'd be fun if I could make them into a strap for a journal, right? Doesn't want to snap. Some of this stuff. So this looks like a lining fabric or some kind of a satiny type of fabric. And I know this has a name, but I forgot what it is. It's quite stiff, so this would be really great for putting behind linens to stiffen them up. I will use that. This is a tricot fabric used in lingerie, I think. So there's a bright yellow and a bright peach, and this one is different. It's a little fuzzy. I remember that fabric. I mean, I think I used to have a nightie made out of that. Look at this beautiful handkerchief. That's lovely. There's a bag full of ribbons and little ribbon flowers. We'll have to sort through that stuff. I might use some of these little these, but I don't think I would use these. Maybe a few, I don't know. I won't just throw them away. They will either go to the thrift store or in my shop. These are some leather pieces. There's a black leather and this charcoal. This almost looks like a patent leather. It's not as shiny, but it is shiny. And a rust copper color and this olive green color. They're fun. I'll play around with those. I could make a patchwork leather cover. Let's see what's in this bag. There's an embroidered table runner with a fruit bowl. Pastel colors. This is a very bright plaid ribbon. It's nothing I would use, but I could put it in bundles if you guys are interested in it. Eventually, I'll save it until I have bundles of trim, enough to make bundles. This is craft thread, J&P Coats craft thread. Looks maybe a little bit different from embroidery floss. Nice colors. We've got some of this thread, and what is that stuff? Oh, they look like shoelaces, but they're very big. They have the little, I know there's a name for them too. And a bag of lace. She told me there was lace in here. Oh, that's pretty. That'll be great for Christmas journals. And this one, that's pretty. I like that. And this one, nice. And there's quite a bit. There's a little baggie of fabric scraps. Remember the 3 bags of fabric scraps I brought home 2 weeks ago? The same lady had more bags of the same type of scraps. And I said, you sold 3 of these last time I was here, and she said, I sell them every week. I don't know where she gets them all. She said, I don't know what people do with them, but I sell them. Because she sells them really cheap. That's pretty. But I didn't buy any fabric scraps because I just got those 3. And now I've got a few more pieces. I still have some in my shop. Now that looks like piles of fabric. That's cool. There's some nice ones in there. Some rickrack. There may have been things in her trunk that I left there that I would have wanted if I had taken the time to actually, look more, but I didn't want to hold them up from their shopping and figured I had enough here. There's red and like a corally pink and a silver. That's a really unique looking one. And what is this? Deep. It's flocked. That is cool. And it looks like a deep, deep burgundy. Very nice. She knows I like rickrack. Got some more lace. Quite a lot of that one. This looks like the same. Nope, not quite. Yeah, there's a good amount on those. She told me there were some belts here. I've come to the belts, and they look like they're the same material as the bracelets. So there's several of them. I don't know what this is that got on them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those belts. Oh. Braid. Love this. Look at that. It doesn't feel vintage, but there's a lot there, and it's pretty. And this is beautiful. And there's quite a bit there. Love it. This, I saw this when we were looking at stuff, and I think it belonged to one of their older family members. And it is a dictionary, but it is wrapped with one of the vinyl phone book covers that you used to get, with advertisers on the front. It's Webster's New Practical Dictionary. Critics on Whitman. So these are letters written to him by famous people or about him. Ithaca College Library. It sounds like it would be a college book. 1972. I'm going to look at the books, and then I'm going to look at the last two little baggies of braid and stuff like that. Another dictionary. This one is taped together with duct tape. And this is Healthful Living, textbook edition. 1935. To those who prefer facts to fads, sanity to superstition, understanding to belief. No pictures. Hoyle's Games, The Standard Authority. That is a really neat book. I love the size of it. Should I make a journal out of that? It's in kind of rough shape. 1887. Holy moly. I just like the size of it. The Birds, Christmas Carol. Kate Douglas Wiggin. Didn't she write The Five Little Peppers? I think she did. It's a cute little book. Everyday Weather and How It Works. Maybe I could use some of this for one of my weather journals that I want to do. I could actually use the cover. That's pretty cool. Is it from the 60s or the 50s? '61. Encyclopedia of Etiquette. What to do, what to say, what to write, what to wear. A book of manners for everyday use. And this is 1921. It says 1920 here. Down here it says 1921. That would be interesting to read. Etiquette from those days. Ooh, Peterson's Field Guide to Birds. I've had this several times. 1945 is the inscription that was gifted to someone. 1939 is the publication date. Must be they didn't do their images in color back in those days. There's a little bit of color there. Yeah, there's some color. Fun. What's this? Profiles in Courage, John F. Kennedy. Tricky Mr. Fox. I love that picture. The pages are pulpy, the kind that don't hold up very well. So these are in pretty good condition, actually. But I don't know the date. Somebody wrote in pencil the names of the lions. Or, I just saw lion. The names of the animals. Yeah, there's no date. But I love that cover. Oh, we've got some stencils here. Looks like all fleur-de-lis. That would be fun to use. Yep, they're all fleur-de-lis. Cool. Cock robin. In pretty rough shape. 1929 calendar. Milky Way, he's spilling his milk. On the back is just some articles. She wants to fly. It says, give her the air. This says, Warner's Noise film, My Man, gives Fanny Brice a chance to do her specialty numbers in the movies. It's 1929, so it's got to be a very early sound picture, but they're calling it a noise film. That's interesting. There's an article about Greta Garbo here. So this is put out by Liberty Magazine. And it's in good condition. We've got, oh, this is graph paper for needle crafts. See it on paper first. Needle graph. That's cool. This is 120 address labels for use with personal computers. And it's pansies. But look at the old style computer. And these are jumbo labels. And these are announcements. These are fun. And these feature chili peppers and tie-dye. It's from some company called Paper Adventures. Home Folks. A Geography for Beginners. Lower Elliston School, 1934. These are cute. I love geography. I'm terrible with directions if I'm trying to get somewhere, but I love maps, and I love looking at maps and trying to figure things out. Ooh, there's some tape. Oh, this looks like a nice book. Mother Goose Rhymes, Nursery Tales. What a beautiful picture. Edited by Waddy Piper. He wrote The Little Engine That Could. He either wrote or illustrated it. This is 1930. So who did these illustrations? It doesn't say. But they're beautiful. Look at that. Love that. Wow, really pretty pictures. The book is coming apart, so I can take it apart. Now I've got 2 more bags, little bags of trims to look at. This one has wire in it, and it's pink and white stripes. And this one is a braid. I love using these, especially in domestic arts journals and things like that. And this one has butterflies. I like this one. And I love the colors of this one. So those are really fun. Really, really, really fun. I love these. And that's it. All that's left in the box are the leather belts that I didn't bring up. Wow. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Heidi. That was really, really fun. And I will keep and use a lot of this. So I really appreciate your generosity. That was so nice. And thank you all for watching. And I've got to get to work putting this stuff away. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.